Let's finish this off with a quick logo in the corner. I've dropped a logo down here, and that works pretty well. And what I'm doing here is positioning it inside of Action Safe. Now, it doesn't have to be inside a title safe, but it does need to be inside of the Action Safe zone. Action Safe is the innermost 90% of the graphic. This is because that last little bit tends to get clipped when you display it on a traditional television. Now, that's looking pretty good, and we'll go ahead and finesse that. Notice it's got a bevel and emboss on it, and because I'm using the global light, the shadow that was created over here with its light also applies the same lighting source here to the bevel. We can go ahead and tweak that a little bit, play with the size and the softness of the bevel to make it very gentle. And then we'll go ahead and help that stand out a little bit with an outer glow and take the opacity of that down just a bit. Let's set that to closer to just 25%, so it's a very gentle edge. And we can click OK. Now at this point, it's just about set for your video document. Let's finish this off with an alpha channel. Anything that doesn't belong in the graphic should be turned off. So we'll turn off the title safe overlay and we'll turn off the placement image. This is important because if you leave those on, they'll show up in the final graphic. Next, go back to your Actions palette. And inside the video set is an action for alpha channels. Remember, if your video actions don't appear, just click on the submenu and load the video actions. You can now select the first one, which is Alpha Channel from Visible Layers. If you're working on an Avid system, choose the second one, which will invert the alpha channel, which the Avid requires. Grab the top one here, click play, and it will go through and generate the alpha channel for you. If we look over in the Channels palette, you'll see it right there. There's the perfect alpha channel with ramp transparency and all the edges we need. At this point, it's really simple. Save this file as a TIFF document. You can go ahead and say File, Save As, target a location, and save it as a TIFF file. Now, the reason why I like TIFF is this. The advantages of TIFF is that when you import it into a video program, it comes in as a flattened file. But that alpha channel makes it key perfectly. However, when you open the file back up into Photoshop, it has all of its layers intact. This combination of flexible editing in Photoshop with clean importing into the video environment makes TIFF my preferred format of choice. Now, after you click Save, it's going to ask you a couple of options. Do you want compression? Don't apply any compression to the image, and do not say that you want to save transparency. I know that we said we wanted transparency, but this is where the program gets a little contradictory. You need the alpha channel for transparency. However, if you check the Save Transparency box, then the transparency of the document and the alpha channel will conflict with one another, and you will not get a good key over in the video program. So at this point, we can go ahead and click OK, and the file will be written. So that's it. You've got a clean file that's ready to key in your video program and should go over a video source and key in real time. Plus, if you need to, you can return to Photoshop, edit the text layers, and then all you need to do is throw away the alpha channel and run that action again. Close and save the document, and you're all set. Be sure to check out this flexibility because it really works well. Now, a lot of you have been viewers of the podcast but are not aware that we actually have a book by the same name. So this show, of course, is Photoshop for Video, and you can get a book by the same name at photoshopforvideo.com. The book is published by Focal Press, and we've got a special update coming in about a month that you'll be able to download that'll give you some new information that you might be looking forward to. Be sure to check out the book at photoshopforvideo.com, and for the podcast, I'm Rich Harrington.